Well, well, well.
You're ready.
We are, like the title says, we are in Paducah, Kentucky. I-24, exit 3, at the Pilot. There you go. That's I-24 right over there. Hey, Jeff Wright. In Gleason News, how you doing? Well, we are still here. We got here Wednesday afternoon around 2:30, 3 o'clock. Forget exactly when, about that time. A little closer to 2:30. We could not get into Illinois after noon because of the permits, which we got, permits right here. And we are, but the biggest part of that is we are stuck. We were stuck partially because of that. That was going to be a hindrance for the weekend, for, getting the load done because of that, for Thanksgiving and whatnot. But the biggest thing, transmission being broken, that's caused a delay as well. Nursing Out Travel Bug, how you doing? So, like I said, the top 4 gears on the high and low with the transmission. Let me see if I got my little book here. Yeah, I think you got it right here. There we go. So when you're looking at a truck's transmission, gear shift, that's the pattern of the gear shift. So this gear all the way over here, so that's the closest to me, forward, right next to me, center, furthest away, furthest back. These 4 gears right here, 4 high and low, which is gear 9 and 10, and 8 high, or 8 low and 8 high, which is gear 17 and 18, those are completely gone, totally destroyed. It's like being in neutral. No power is coming through the engine. So that's the big reason why I'm not moving. Now, the only way that that's not getting any power through the engine, when I press on the fuel, on the accelerator, it just revs the engine. No power goes through the drivetrain. So that's totally destroyed. So that means there's no teeth on that gear, on that ring. So all that metal is now floating around in the transmission, and it is making the other gears start to drive rough as well. So that put me out of commission. So Friday morning, I believe it was Friday morning, I got a message from the shop saying, stay put, we're going to send the truck to you, when we get things, the logistics of it sorted out. Well, Friday in the afternoon, I got a call from a driver, fellow company. He was bringing down a truck. He got a truck all loaded onto a trailer. He was going to bring it down here, but on the way down, his truck had a bearing problem and locked up on him. So with the help of a tow truck driver, they got the truck that was on the trailer switched with the truck that was doing the actual work. Blah, blah, blah. So he had to go back up to headquarters. In order to get another truck. Well, he's got that finally situated today, and he's trying to come back down. So he was supposed to be here around 9 o'clock, 9:30, 10 o'clock this morning. I made the switch. It would only been a temporary switch for me, you know, unhook from the trailer, get my stuff moved over that I needed, get this load going Monday, get back up to headquarters, you know, Monday evening, Monday afternoon, whatnot. Tuesday, see what they're doing, whether I'm going to be moving into a different truck or whether I'm going to be just sitting and waiting for this truck to be repaired. Pardon me. So, this load, well, these two loads started last Friday, not the Friday of yesterday, a week previous. So today is day 8. Tomorrow, when he gets down here and we can switch, is day 9. Monday is day 10. Now, Monday I have for new permits. These permits here are all for this truck, and it'll say so on here because it's got the US dot number. It's got the VIN. I believe it's got the VIN number. Well, yeah, it's got the VIN number, the unit number, the license number, what model and year it is, what state it's registered in. You know, so this is, all these permits here are no longer valid. Now, because I'm in Kentucky, because I'm in Kentucky, this permit lasts 3 miles from exit 3 on I-24 into Illinois. But because now I'm driving a different truck, this permit is no longer valid. This $60 wasted. This permit for going into Illinois to Coal Valley with this particular load, $30, is no longer valid because it's got a different truck on it. Now, this Illinois permit, because the dimensions of the load changes, I need a different permit to get out of Illinois, because right now I am 10 foot wide and 14 foot too tall. This permit for Illinois would have got me to my receiver. This one, which I would be 14 foot too tall and 9 foot 6 wide. The dimensions change, so the permit's got to change. Now this permit, $15, that's going to change. This Minnesota annual permit here, this will stay with the truck. This is valid for an entire year for farm machinery. So that goes in my permanent, annual permits book. So, but this one will still be valid. This thing cost $208. This is valid for a year. These ones are just for single trip. This one's good for a year. So this will go in. And my Iowa annual permit is still valid for this truck only. So I need a permit just for Minnesota and another permit for Iowa to be able to do my job. So another couple $100 plus the downtime for the truck, my salary, the repair time on the truck. It's several thousands of dollars blown, which really sucks. really sucks. Mostly for the action factor on my part, but can only do what I can do. Now, like I said, driving along nice and simple, No problem, no indication of any kind of thing. Before I got into Memphis, coming out of Mississippi on US 61, this thing started, riding along in top gear, running, I believe it was doing 60 miles an hour at the time, either 55 or 60 in top gear, and all of a sudden it just grinding, making all kinds of noise, vibrating. Power was not transferring through. The tack was moving up and down, so it was slipping a lot. Pulled into the map over on I-240 and US 51, Summer Avenue, northwest corner of Memphis. Pulled over, not a really place to park. I just parked as far out of the way as I could. Made my phone call. Drive it till it dies. Well, okay. Company vehicle, transmission's under warranty. Do what I'm told. There you go. So, get up US 51, about an hour. This gear, like I said, that particular ring right there, 4 low, 4 high, gear 9 and 10, 8 low, 8 high, 17 and 18, totally dead. And then of course, all that, like I said, all that metal floating around in there, it's going to do damage to the rest of the gears. And by the time I got here to Paducah, another 100 something odd miles, 190 miles up the road, well, let's just say it was getting a little rough. But there you go. There's nothing else that I can truly do about it. I just did what I was told to do. Let me see here. I'm sorry, I'm just checking my Instacart order here. Let's see here. My orders, here we go. So I placed an Instacart order today where, with through going to the local Kroger's. So, I find it to be a pretty good thing. DoorDash is always been pretty good getting to me. So, found Instacart to be pretty good. I was in Dallas, in Fort Worth this time last week. I got a good order, a good experience there with Instacart. So, like I said, if you're a truck driver or you need to have something, I found it to be pretty decent. I've not had a bad experience with Instacart or with DoorDash. So, I'm not too I'm not going to say a bad word about these apps and these services. You pay a little bit for it, yes, but as a truck driver, I don't have the luxury just to go anywhere I want, especially when I have an oversized load. So DoorDash and Instacart have been pretty good. So I got a few things coming. Most everything is, dry goods. I got a few. I got a little bit of meat. I got some butter. I got some bok choy, onions, some green onions. I got a few things for meals. So, I'm not gonna be eating out even in another truck. I'll take a pot, a pan, a bowl, a few things with me so that I can still cook while I'm on the truck. Even though it's not my truck. But other than that, we're going to just keep doing The same old thing. Now, like I said, Monday, so tomorrow, Sunday, get into the truck, do any little cleaning I got to do, blah, blah, blah. Get the stuff that I need, you know, bedding, clothes, toiletries, all the stuff that's in the refrigerator, a few other, you know, kitchen things, you know, phone, keys, wallet, my logbook, my, you know, paperwork I need, my GPS, my camera, my computer, the, you know, charging cables and whatnot. You know, just the basic stuff. You know, just to keep to an absolute minimum if I can, but it's just one of the things. I really don't want to be moving stuff, but who knows. So the big thing, once I make my delivery in Grand Meadow, Minnesota, at the John Deere dealer up there called SEMA, S-E-M-A, which is just roughly less than a mile away from company headquarters, basically right up the street. So if you come out of my company's headquarters, you head north out of the property, you make a right-hand turn, you go through downtown, quote unquote, Grand Meadow, and it's right on the left-hand side. You know, you know, like I said, just about a mile away. Now, the is, how long am I going to be in that truck until this truck is repaired, number one, or I moved into another truck on a permanent basis, which I really don't want to move into another truck. I did already last December when I got hit in the parking lot there in Dallas. That was no fun. I just made basically it's around the same exact time. You know, Thanksgiving for the past 2 years has not been a great time for me being in a truck. Because the last November, I was making a run with a 14-foot wide, 14-foot tall load from an air conditioner tower, a big metal empty box, basically. A little bit of baffling and, you know, whatnot in it. Bringing that from Madera, California, with escorts, all the way down to I-10, so coming all the way down I-5 to I-10, around Los Angeles, out I-10 all the way there, all the way out to Dallas, you know, with several detours along the way, escorts, and then of course I had a couple days delay in Eloy, Arizona, because of Thanksgiving. I couldn't go anywhere. You know, and then also once I did get started, you know, I got stuck in the mud in Animas, New Mexico, I believe it was, because I had to take a back road. I couldn't go straight on I-10. I had to go the back road, and the only place I could stop was this, I think it was called the Boot Heel, or I think it was the Boot Heel grocery store, something like that. Called ahead. Yes, I could park there, but got in the back, just sunk right to my axles, right into the dirt. Had to have somebody come tow me out. And then, like I said, once I got to Dallas, was there with 5 other guys from my company, all taking the same exact load, pretty much. Got unloaded, got over the truck stop, got parked. A day later, got hit. Basically destroyed the truck enough that they brought a truck down to me, which is the truck, Had to switch all that stuff. You know, all the stuff I had in the truck, move over to this truck, load that the other truck up, and sign out a computer, sign in a computer, did all that jazz. Pain in the neck. I really don't want to do that again unless I'm actually moving up in a truck. Hey, healthy doing, Mr. Renee, how you doing? But, you know, whatever, you know, we can only do what we can do when we can do it. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see here. My orders. Shopping is complete. Sandra has checked out. Your items will say temperature controlled until delivery. 11 items. $56.21 for total. Now, you're paying a couple of fees in taxes and tip and all that jazz. Some things got replaced because they weren't in stock. Blah, blah, blah. But some of the things I've ordered are expensive. Hey, over 50 effect tablets, Sister Lynn, how you doing? I'm fine. You know, it's just the transmission decided when to die. In case you've never seen a truck's transmission, let me actually just move the camera here. This will be a little easier to see. So this is my stick shift right there. Clutch pedal, brake, gas, right there. Here's my gear shift. Right? So this is reverse gear right here. High and low. That's low position, high and or low and high. It's or high and low, which is 1 and 2. So we look at the side here. This here keeps the transmission in the low range, which is going to be the black numbers here, the black parts here. Reverse low, reverse high, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so down position, moving the stick back and forth. This here, this is called a selector. This selector is 1, 2, 3, and 4 plus the low plus reverse. All position. I flick it up. That 5, 6, 7, and 8. Right? Now, each of those gears. So when I run through the gears, so if I start off in 1 low, that's 3rd gear. Push this forward, that'll go into 4th gear. Pull it back, shift into 2 low, that's 5th gear. Flick it forward, that'd be 6th gear. Up, over, that's in 3 low, right? That's 7th gear. Put that forward, that's 8th gear. 9, 10. Then once you hit 10th gear in 4 high, you pull that back, you flip that up, you bring that over to the middle and forward. That goes into 5 low, which is 11th gear. Right? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, which is where I was riding when the gear decided to go. Right? Now, all of that, except for when I start at a stop sign, or I'm in or I just loaded, I'm just going to get going, I'm at a red light, that is the only time that clutch pedal is down. All the rest of the shifting that I will do, the only thing I do is on the gas, on the accelerator, on the gas pedal, I will just let up just the tiniest amount of pressure, just a tiny amount of pressure, and I pull or push on this gear shift, and when I let up on that gas pedal a little bit, it basically releases, then I can shift and just hit the gas again and go. I don't have to ever, that clutch never gets touched while I'm accelerating or decelerating at any point in time, except when I'm at a stoplight or a red light. All right. So, like I said, when that gear totally broke, I had to go from 8th gear. I had to skip 9 and 10, and I had to go all the way up to 11th. So I had to rev the engine a lot higher than normal. I had to take into account the hills I had to deal with, traffic, the road service, everything normal. But now I'm skipping a lot of gears, and that's how the power flows through the engine, into the transmission, and then out to the wheels. So, but like I said, we made it from Memphis, where it started having a problem, and then that gear eventually broke. All 4 of those gears, 9, 10, and 17, 18, totally destroyed. And of course, all that metal floating around the transmission started to affect the other gears. But we got here to Paducah, Kentucky, on the road that we were assigned to be on. We couldn't just go straight up. We had to go on specific roads because of our height and our width, and what the individual states, Tennessee and said I could do. But that's just the way it is. Now, if I were driving an automatic transmission, the computer would have just shut the truck down entirely. I was able to make some progress because it's purely mechanical. It's not, there's no computer selecting the gear. I select the gear. So it requires a lot more attention on my part on how to drive and how to do the job. Tumbleweed RV Life, how you doing? I saw you posted a new video. I was not watch it, and you'll see me on the Skydiving Pickle channel if I make a comment, so you keep a lookout for that. Because Skydiving Pickle is my music, RV, and car channel. I do all that stuff on, just for a bit of organization. But like I said, having the gear, break like that, as soon as there was a problem and I found a place to stop, called the office, talked to the shop, drive, it's under warranty, drive it till it breaks, and okay. And it just got worse and worse and worse, and then eventually just broke. I was able to be in 16th gear, 55 miles per hour, around 1610 RPM for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours up the road, which is a little bit more work than I like the engine really doing, but you can only do what you can do. All right, shopping is complete for Instacart. A goodie. So that's on the way. I got a few things coming from Kroger through Instacart, which is it's a thing out here on the road. But like I said, we can only do what we can do. So like I said, I've been here at this Pilot truck stop. There we go. Here in Paducah, Kentucky since Wednesday. Now, the only reason I'm not going completely crazy is because I don't get paid by the mile. I don't get paid a percentage. I get paid salary. So no matter what, I'm getting my paycheck, which I prefer to be earning my paycheck more than anything else, but being this is day 8 of me having this load, day 5 of having the other load, the second piece. Tomorrow will be day 10 and 6. Monday, I'll be able to get permits for the new truck, which I should be able to make my first delivery Monday afternoon if they come in fairly quickly. I got like 400 miles to go, 390 miles or so up to Coal Valley, Illinois, a little bit south of Moline, Davenport, Rock Island, that area. Then I should be able to get from there at least to Iowa 80, stop there for the night. But if I have the time and I have the ability, I want to try to make it up to company headquarters in Grand Meadow. Tuesday morning, go make the delivery, which is, like I said, a mile down the road, and then come back and see what they're going to do for me being in a truck, how long it's going to take to repair this truck, because if they can just swap out the transmission in a day, outstanding. You know, if they can do that, I'll be happy. I won't have to switch all my stuff from one truck to another, because I got to take cabinets, a little bit of construction or destruction. I got the back wall here that I gotta disassemble that. I got a shelf there I gotta disassemble. I gotta take the cabinet door off of my kitchen cabinet, take the insert out, pardon me, move all that to another truck, reinstall all that stuff, put everything back into place, and that's it. Identical. I mean, it should be into a truck as this one. If I'm getting into a slightly different style truck with a slightly different interior, I may have to do some more work to make all that stuff fit. But, you know, that's c'est la vie. C'est la vie. You know, there's nothing much more that anybody can really do other than, you know, what the company's going to tell me to do. I'm an employee. I do not own the truck. I have no financial responsibility for the truck, and I got maintenance responsibility, of course. But you know, I got to do the maintenance, keep the oil, keep it greased up properly, keep things working properly, replace lights and all that jazz. But that's normal. But other than that, you know, not to. It's just the way it is, you know. It's a pain in the neck happening, and I gotta deal with it. But at the same time, like I said, I'm still earning. I still get a salary. I won't be penalized for being told to sit and wait. I'm not losing anything because of that. So that's the good side. But like I've said before, I'd rather actually earn that paycheck instead of just getting it. You know, it's like I said, when I picked up this first part of this load, not this past Friday, but the Friday before last, 9 days ago, you know, I had 2 loads assigned to me. The first one I picked up in Seguin, Texas. The second one fell off. I was told by the shipper that it wasn't going to happen. I was told by my company to go to Fort Worth, Texas, where I'm supposed to pick it up, and wait there till Monday and see if the load comes back on. Well, Monday afternoon, the load has fallen off. Another load was given to me over in Louisiana, 385 miles away. So a little over half a day's drive. It's already in the afternoon. I got part of the way out there, stopped for the night. Tuesday I picked it up. Made my way up. Stopped in Cleveland, Mississippi on Tuesday. Wednesday, that's when everything hit the fan. I tried to get up at 4 a.m. the earliest I possibly could have driven. Even being early morning with barely light, I still was allowed, according to permits here, allowed to drive in Mississippi and get into Tennessee before sunrise. So I could drive 24 hours a day as long as I had lights and flags and banners and everything properly set. Hey Lori, how you doing? But unfortunately, it started to rain really heavy when I was getting ready to leave. So I cannot drive during that inclement weather like that when it's too heavy. So I got delayed till about 5:30 almost, which with the amount of distance I had to travel where I wanted to get to up here in Mount Vernon, Illinois, I had about 40 minutes to spare total for the day to go that distance. Well, transmission breaking, first the weather, then the transmission breaking. I only got to Paducah, Kentucky. So it is what it is. And like I said, Wednesday afternoon, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I will have been here for 5 days. Now, hopefully, Monday morning, by about 9 o'clock at the latest, I can get my pre-trip inspection started. I can get the truck set up. I can get the permits. I can get them all printed out. Well, that's going to be another thing. I won't have my printer with me. There's no sense taking it out of this truck, putting it in the other truck. Well, maybe I will. Because trying to go in here and get them printed out, that costs money. Here I could do it for pennies. In there it's dollars. Yeah, I'll probably just take it with me. Brad Parks. And a happy Saturday to you too, sir. So, like I said, get my permits printed. 3 miles into Illinois, up to Coal Valley, which is about, like I said, 390 miles-ish. So a little over half a day, get that delivered. Hopefully the rest of the day I have enough time to get up to headquarters in Grand Meadow, Minnesota. The receiver up there will be closed, but I can make that delivery Tuesday morning. And then from there, it's basically how long is it going to take to get this truck fixed? B, are they going to put me in another truck on a temporary fashion, like the truck that I'm going to drive come Monday? Am I going to stay in that truck, move to a different truck for a temporary amount of time? Or am I going to permanently move? Or are they just going to have me sitting and waiting around? So, or, like I said, if they have a transmission there and waiting, this truck gets back, they get on it immediately, repair it, so by the time Tuesday comes around or Wednesday morning, I'm golden. I can just get back to the truck and drive. Get back to work. Or if it takes a couple more days, am I in another truck temporarily for a couple days? Or do they just say, you're going to stay in that temporary truck, you're going to move into it permanently, you're going to change a little bit what you do, because the truck coming is a heavier truck, made for bigger loads, heavier loads. Maybe I get moved up to doing something a little bit, a little bit more advanced than what I'm doing now. I would like that, but at the same time, who knows? But it doesn't matter what way it is, it's still going to be work for me to juggle that and to see what the company's going to do. I mean, hell, the company could say, we can't use you anymore, you're fired. Which would not be a fun thing for me, but I have a CDL. I'll get a job. It won't be pleasurable, but if that's the way it is, that's the way it is. I'm not one to cry about it. Yes, it'll be an interruption. Yes, it'll be a pain in the neck, but it is what it is, No, TJ, I will not. I don't see any value in Trucker's Coach. I've watched his videos. I'm not trying to disparage the guy, but there are things I disagree with him a lot on, and I don't see any value of his advice for myself. But that's neither here nor there. I've gotten advice from other people. I've learned a lot from other people. I don't know if it's just the way he presents it, but like I said, he's just not my idea of a good trainer, teacher, advisor, coach, whatnot. But that's just my opinion. Not that means any dang thing. So there you go. Yeah, so it is what it is. To be frank, my first company I was with, Watkins Shepherd, which was bought out by Schneider and subsequently destroyed, so now they no longer exist. I was with them for 13 months. I went to Melton Truck Lines. I was with them for 53 weeks, so a year and one week. I've been with Valley Transportation longer than either of those companies. I learned a lot from when I was there at those two companies. And now I'm in a position that I really enjoy being in. I enjoy this company, the way they do things, the way they're treated. When I need something, they're pretty good at getting things done. They can't do everything with getting me in certain places at certain times, but that's not often their fault. That's where the loads are. Business has to rely on business. Does not always cater to what some little truck driver needs or wants. which I understand that. I mean, that's why when we were in Dallas, in Fort Worth this past week, you know, Saturday of last week, I mean, Christina had appointments that had to be met. It was like, there's no way there's no way for her to be able to miss this appointment and get it rescheduled with the way people are acting with this, you know, this panic that's going along and all the stupidity that surrounds it. So, you know, I put her on a plane, flew her back to Atlanta. Now that was the easiest thing to do to make sure she got it, you know. And I can't tell my boss, screw you, I'm taking this truck, this trailer, and this load to Atlanta first. You know, I don't have that kind of ability. That's a good way to get fired. But whether or not, you know, they can actually always give me what I want, I'm still satisfied with the company. I'm very happy where I am with what I'm doing, the equipment they give me, the tools they give me, the help they provide me, the education that I get doing the job, and from all the people that I need to talk to at the office. Securement, maintenance, the ELD, administrative, everybody has been top notch, and I'm happy with that. But, you know, so little things, well, not quote unquote little things, told to wait for a load that may or may not come back, you know, to being an actual load, being directed, you know, 400-mile deadhead to go pick up a second piece, having the truck break down, being told to wait for a truck to come. You know, it's like, okay, no, whatever. I mean, unfortunately, this pilot does not have laundry, which is one of the things that I wanted to be able to do today. That's a downside of being stuck here. But I got free showers. I have ice, I have water, I have electricity, I have heat, I have cooling. I have my entertainment. I got a way to reach out and annoy other people through the internet, doing a live stream. But other than that, you know, it is what it is, and you just got to accept it sometimes. But until I win the lottery, until I have some long lost uncle who's a billionaire and money, whether I'm like Uncle Jed, go out shooting on a little piece of land and have an oil well, you know, a gusher come up through the land and become a millionaire through some oil, you know, whatnot, I'll just be satisfied and happy with what I have. I'm fairly healthy. I have everything I need. Damn near everything I want. The future is being taken care of. God wakes me up every morning, gives me another day. So, you know, I think everything's going okay. Minor little things, like I said, like being forced to sit here for 5 days because of a broken transmission. Big deal. I sat for 4.5 days in North Bend, Washington. I sat there for 4 days waiting for a load with a perfectly good working truck. You know, it's just the way it is. I sat for 7 days in California and Oregon waiting for a load, and then wound up having to go all the way into Washington to get a load. So, you know, it is what it is. Hey, Big Houston, how you doing, sir? Yeah, it's trucking. It's the way it is. Like I said, I don't cry about it because, you know, it's a mechanical, it's a piece of machinery. It's not a question of if it breaks, it's only a question of when. So, you know, a busted transmission is one thing. It's not like anybody's out to get me when putting a banana in the old tailpipe, as it were, but it just is what it is. So, like I said, another truck being brought down. Hopefully be here tomorrow about noon at the latest, hopefully. We can get everything switched over, get this truck on the trailer, back to the shop. The other truck hooked up to the this trailer. Things moved over I need to move over. Permits, signed out of the computer, signed in the computer. Get the load finally delivered, you know, Monday and Tuesday, hopefully. And then we still got to deal with the problem after effects, because once I get up there, it's how fast is this truck fixed, or if I moved into another truck. I don't know. I just don't know what the plan is going to be. They are, I can kind of, well, I don't know for certain, but I can kind of imagine that the president, the owner of the company, the high ups in the company are worried about money, how they're going to keep going, given the situation with the political situation and the situation. But we're just gonna have to do what we can do and cope with it as we need to. Like I said, I'm in a good position, a good company, a good job. I like to think that I'm not too much of a burden on them, that they keep me around. But, you know, if it comes down to it, you know, I got a valid CDL. I can get a job with almost any other company out there. So, as long as they're willing to hire and pay me to do a job, I can do it. But that's just life, and that's just the way the industry, and that's just the way things are. So I'm not going to be one of those people, woe is me. Okay, there's a problem, deal with it. Cry about it later when you have time and the energy to do it. But other than that, you know, it's just the way it is. You know, the biggest thing that upsets me is I've not been in this truck a full year, and now it's dead. I mean, the engine runs fine. All the other gauges I have in here says, you know, the truck is running fine. It's just the transmission. So, c'est la vie. So, because of the moving the trucks, I'm not going to be doing a cooking episode tomorrow. Just not going to be possible. So episode 14, Sunday dinner number 14, will be delayed until the next week. Hopefully. There's nothing going on that weekend that prevents me from doing the cooking show then. keep fingers crossed on that one. But like I said, we got to see what we can do. I was gonna post it up. Oh yeah, Houston. Like I said, on the way up to Memphis from Mississippi on US 61, gear ring right here on the 18-speed transmission, 4 high, 4 low, 8 high, 8 low. Gear 9, 10, 17, and 18, totally dead. And all that metal flowing around the transmission, it's affecting the other gears, so now dead in the water. And there's a big pool of transmission fluid under the truck. So, stuck, and stuck. Because, you know, Big Houston knows this all too well. When you lose 4 low and high, 8 low and high, now that whole ring, that whole gear ring right there, gone. It's like being in neutral. So, you know, no power coming through it at all. And there ain't not a dang thing I can do about it. But other than that, we are doing A-okay. Like I said, I'm fine. Christina's not on the truck right now, so she's fine. She's getting the things she needs to get done back in Atlanta. So, you know, it's just one of the things. So like I said, I've been sitting here. Come Monday, it'll be 5 days sitting here in Paducah. Another truck is being brought down. Hopefully be tomorrow. The truck that was bringing it to be here today broke down. But that's an adventure for somebody else. But, you know, that's just the way it be. That's just the way it be. But other than that, we are doing good. Like I said, we're not freezing, we're not boiling. We got AC, we got heat, we got electricity. I got food, I got water, I got free showers. I have entertainment. I have stuff to do. I wish I had laundry, because I would have gotten that done, you know, on Thanksgiving. I would have got the laundry done and have clean clothes, but c'est la vie, c'est la vie. Que sera, sera. Other than that, we're doing just fine. Like I said, you know, not losing out on my paycheck. So, you know, not worried about that. It's just aggravating, frustrating, annoying, a bother, a pain in the butt. Big Houston, they really want a minimum of 2 years of trucking experience. Of course, if you have flatbed, step deck, auto, or other heavy haul experience, they want you to have that, because that makes it easier to transition. But they also have a few van trucks, you know, van trailers. You know, little small little. I think they got like maybe a dozen trucks running van right now. You know, trying to broaden their perspective. Mostly, it's a heavy haul. You know, flatbed, step deck company. You know, we do up to. I think the biggest truck out there right now is 13 axles. I think we have a couple 15s, but there's a lot of 5 axle, 6 axle, 7 axle, 8, 9, 10. Most of, a lot of, a couple dozen, a dozen or so 11 axles, 13 axle guys out there. So now, if you got the experience, give Daryl Jensen a call at, at the company. Let me see here. Let me see, get the number here. Call 507 507-754-5558. Valley Transportation, Grand Meadow, Minnesota. Give them a call. They always got good people. It is good. It will be tough now that we're in this let's panic over the coughing, type thing. Everybody gets the sniffles and they're panicking like it's the end of the universe. The political situation, the health situation. It's just not. Now that's going to be the bigger issue than your experience, I think, if you want to come to this company. I mean, I've been thoroughly satisfied and very happy with my position. If you're an owner operator, they have owner operators. I believe they offer cents per mile, salary, and also percentage, I believe. I'm not too sure about percentage. I'm not at that position where I can do that. But it's just one of them things that I feel it's a good company for me. It may not fit everybody. I've heard people, I've heard other drivers cry and complain because they weren't getting what they wanted. For me, it's been a good company to be at. I've thoroughly enjoyed my time, except for the very start, talking with Daryl Jensen, with the recruiter, through my driver managers, everybody along the way that I've ever had any kind of interaction with, I've been thoroughly satisfied. I mean, I was satisfied when I was at Melton. When I was at Melton for a little over a year, like I said, 53 weeks, I was very happy at that company. I thought it was a good company for me. Not everybody agrees with that, but it was a good company for me. This company has been an even better company for me. So, it's just a matter of what fits you and how it works out for you. If you're from a state that is west of I-35, it's a little bit harder to get you home on a more regular basis, which is true for many companies, but there you go. Other than that, like I said, I've been happy, so I have no plans to leave unless another opportunity comes along better. And I feel secure enough in so, it's, like I said, I have had the thought of moving over to Reliable Carriers, the automotive transport company, the big orange trucks. I mean, the only way I would ever move to that company is if I get one of them big extended sleepers. Other than that, I really have no intention or need to leave this company. Because this is the type of trucking that I've always wanted to do. I've always preferred, I always wanted to do heavy haul. I took several steps along the way to get here so that I had proper training and experience before I got here. That's why I started with a regular van, then moved to a regular flatbed company, then to heavy haul, because I wanted to make sure I had the proper knowledge and skill and experience that makes it just an easier transition. Now, unfortunately, you know, the time has not been as fast as I would like. But, you know, it's not always up to, you know, me, you know, it's just the way it is. And I have no real qualms about it. So, you know, as I said, this is just me sitting here belly aching and just wanting to voice it, just vent it, let it go, and not worry about it anymore beyond that. So tonight, I was going to cook, but yeah, it doesn't take much to clean up, but I just don't feel like it. So tonight,